Hey everybody, my name is Mohit and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing great. This is challenge number 28 of Solving SQL Challenges playlist, and in this video we are going to discuss a very interesting and important PwC interview question. So let us discuss what this question all about. We have this input data given called attendance log, and in this table we have three columns: employee ID, date and attendance. So based on this input data, we have to get output something like this, where it is mentioned that for each employee, what is the date range, like start and end date, and what was the status of attendance, like whether that particular employee was present or absent. Okay. So from 1st of January to 3rd of January, employee ID 1 was present, which you can verify using this log table. And that is why this first row corresponds to this date range and the status is present. So similarly, you can verify other data as well. Okay. So let us implement this logic using SQL query. Okay, so DDL and DML scripts are already given and I have created table using that. I will share those details in description box. You can get it from there if required. Now let me select attendance log table. So this is exactly the same data what we observed in our slide. Now to implement that logic, I'll go step by step. So as a first step, what I will do, for every employee ID and their attendance status, I will create a window using row number window function. So first let me replace this with all the column name, and then I will create new column which is row number over. I want to create window based on employee ID and attendance, right? So I'll write partition by employee ID comma attendance, and in which order row number should be assigned. It should be in order of the state value. Okay, so I'll write order by date value, and I'll name this column as row number. Now if I run this and let me order this data based on these columns. Okay, so now you can see that for this value of employee ID and this status, it has created row number column. So for this employee ID 1, and wherever the attendance status was present, it has created a row number column and assigned its value based on date value. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So similarly, if you see here, for employee ID 1 and attendance status as absent, it has created different window, and so we are seeing row number reassigned with 1 and 2 for this window. Okay. Similarly, you can check for other employee ID. So this first step is done. We have successfully created this new column called row number. Since I need to use this data, so I'll create CT table out of this. Okay. So the name of this table is CT1. Then I will create another CT table called CT2 as. So here what I will do, let me copy these column, and now for every window, let's consider this is first window. So for this window, what I will do, I will subtract these days value from this column for each window. So what is the need of this one? Basically, it is very useful in order to achieve our final result. So let us achieve this second step. So to subtract this day value from this given date for each window, what I will do, I will use date add. And in date add function, first I need to mention what I want to add. So I want to add day. Now as second parameter, we need to mention by what quantity. So I need to subtract basically this row number value. So I'll do -1 times rank column, and from which value you would like to subtract, I need to subtract using the state value. So I'll copy this column and will put it as third parameter. And let me name this column as base date. Okay. Now again, let me run it. This time I will select CT2 table. Okay. And we'll remove this order by from here and we'll place it here. So if I run this, okay, we are getting some error. Oh, my bad. I didn't mention from which table. So I need to mention from CT1. Now if I run this, see, you got this base date. Now, if you observe this data, earlier we created partition this, okay, and we generated row number using this window. Now, in this second case, what we did, basically we subtracted those rank value from this date value, and this is the base date for these three data. And for this part, base date is this one. So we have repartitioned the data based on base date. Okay. Similarly, you can check for other data. Now, how it is useful? So for that, let us write final part of the query, which is the last step. And in this, we are going to use this base date. So if you consider this base date for each employee ID, and if you try to find out minimum of date value in this new window, so this should come as minimum value, this should come as maximum value, right? So let us implement this one. Since we want to use this CT2 table as well, so what I will do, I'll create final table as here. I'll use CT2 table. Let me keep this column as it is. Now, what I need to achieve as per our output. So if I go back to slide, for every employee, we want start date and end date and their attendance status. Okay. So for every employee, we want start date. And what should be the start date? Start date will be calculated as minimum of this value as start date. Similarly, maximum of this date value as end date. And in which window we have to calculate this minimum and maximum? Basically, in this window for every employee ID, right? So I'll do group by employee ID. So here I would like to calculate this minimum and maximum of date value by creating window using this first column employee ID, comma, this attendance. Because for every different attendance, we have to calculate date range, right? And finally, using this base date. So this is the column name for base date. Now we have created window using this group by. So this is first column, this is second column, and this is third column. And in this window, we are trying to find what is the minimum of date value. So minimum of date value is this one. What is the maximum of date value? Maximum of date value is this one. And same we are populating in these columns and getting the exact result. So let me run this. Before that, I'll change this table name as final. Instead of date value, I'll write start date. So select everything from final, order by employee ID, comma, start date. Now if I run this, see, we got the result. For every employee ID and different attendance status, we are getting date range. And this result is exactly same as per our requirement. Okay. So we have successfully created a logic in order to achieve this output data as per the requirement. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. We will meet in our next video with a new, interesting and real-time interview question on similar topic. So please stay tuned. And if you have not subscribed my channel yet, then please do subscribe it so that you will not miss any update from our channel whenever we upload similar videos. Okay, so with that said, thank you so much again. We'll meet in our next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.